Have you ever paused to consider how the crude oil deep from the Earth's crust ends up as the fuel powering your vehicle? It's a question that might have crossed your mind as you fill up your tank, but the answer is far from simple. Crude oil is a complex mixture of hydrocarbons, formed from the remains of ancient marine life and buried deep beneath the Earth's surface. It's a substance that, in its raw form, is virtually useless. However, with a bit of magic, or rather science, this thick black liquid is transformed into an array of products that power our modern world. From the petrol in your car to the plastic in your water bottle, the journey of crude oil is a story of transformation. It's a process of breaking down and building up, of separating and combining. It's a dance of molecules, orchestrated by the hand of human ingenuity. To understand this, we need to dive into the fascinating world of oil refining. Our journey begins when crude oil is extracted from the ground. But what is crude oil? Picture a cocktail of hydrocarbons formed from the remains of microscopic plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. Over time, these remains are subjected to heat and pressure, transforming them into this black, viscous liquid we call crude oil. Now, the extraction process is a marvel in itself. Imagine drilling deep into the Earth's crust, tapping into reservoirs of this precious resource. It's a complex process, requiring advanced technology and skilled professionals to ensure that the extraction is safe and efficient. Crude oil is a treasure trove of potential. It's not just the fuel for your cars or the heating for your homes. It's also the raw material for countless everyday items, from plastics to pharmaceuticals. And yet, in its raw state, crude oil is practically useless. Its true value lies in its potential, unlocked through the magic of refining. Now that we have our crude oil, it's time to refine it. So how do we turn this thick black substance into fuel? Welcome to the refining process. In the heart of a refinery, crude oil undergoes a fascinating transformation. It all begins with a process called distillation. In distillation, crude oil is heated to incredibly high temperatures until it vaporizes. This vapor then ascends a towering column known as the distillation column. As the vapor rises, it gradually cools, and different components of the oil condense at different levels within the column. Picture it as a sort of molecular elevator ride. The lightest components, like gasoline and kerosene, get off at the top floors. Meanwhile, the heavier components, like diesel and lubricating oils, disembark at the lower levels. At the very bottom, the heaviest parts of the crude oil, the residual oil, remain. But what about these heavier components? They're not as readily useful as their lighter counterparts, but we don't discard them. That's where the process of cracking comes into play. Cracking is essentially the process of breaking down these heavy oil fractions into smaller, more useful molecules. There are a couple of methods for cracking. One is called thermal cracking, where high temperatures and pressures are used to break down the heavier molecules. Another method is catalytic cracking, where a catalyst is used to promote the breakdown of these molecules at lower temperatures and pressures. It's a bit like taking a large puzzle and breaking it down into its individual pieces. These smaller pieces or molecules are easier to work with and can be reassembled into a variety of different products. Now you might be thinking, this is it, right? We've separated the crude oil, we've cracked the heavier components, job done. Well, not quite. There's a bit more to refining than just distillation and cracking. After cracking, we're not quite finished yet. Once we've cracked our oil, there are still a few steps left to get it ready for use. Now, let's delve into the final stages of the refining process. This is where the magic really happens, where we take our cracked oil and turn it into a myriad of products we use every day. The first of these steps is treating. This is a crucial stage where we remove any remaining unwanted substances. You see, even after the cracking process, there might still be some impurities left. These could be sulfur compounds or nitrogen oxides, which can cause environmental issues if released into the atmosphere. In the treating stage, we use chemical treatments to remove these impurities, ensuring the oil is as clean as possible. Next comes blending. Now, blending is an interesting step because it's where we start to see the variety of products that can come from a single barrel of crude oil. Different products require different blends of hydrocarbons. Gasoline, for example, requires a different blend than jet fuel. By carefully combining different types of refined oil, we can create a wide range of products. It's like being in a bakery, where the baker mixes different ingredients to create a variety of pastries. Only in this case, our pastries are the fuels and lubricants that power our cars, planes, and industries. The blending process is also where we add additives to enhance the performance of the final products. These additives can improve fuel efficiency, increase the product's lifespan, or even reduce environmental impact. And there you have it, the final steps of the refining process. We've taken a barrel of crude oil, a raw, unrefined substance, and transformed it into a host of useful everyday products. It's a fascinating process, isn't it? Through treating and blending, we ensure that the oil we use is of the highest quality, free from impurities, and tailored to meet specific needs. And now, we have a range of useful products, all from a barrel of crude oil. So, why does all this matter? Why is oil refining so important? Well, imagine a world without oil refinement. No petrol for your car, no asphalt for roads, and a lack of countless essential products from plastics to cosmetics. Oil refining is the unsung hero of our modern life, transforming crude oil into practical, everyday products. Our global economy has a symbiotic relationship with oil refining. Industries from transportation to manufacturing rely heavily on the products of oil refinement. In fact, the oil refining sector is one of the largest industries worldwide, contributing significantly to global GDP. But it's not all about the here and now. Oil refining is ever evolving, with constant advancements in technology. These innovations are geared towards making the process more efficient, lessening the environmental impact, and paving the way for a sustainable future. Next time you fill up your tank, remember the incredible journey that fuel has taken, from deep within the earth to your vehicle. That's the magic of oil refining.